All right, guys, can you guys hear me?
Yep, we
Loud
hear
and
you.
clear.
All right, let's roll. Let's get into it. Tonight, I'm just doing since I didn't do the outlook, I told Kurt I would do just a midweek top-down analysis, go over it, go over any questions you guys may have, and whatnot. But that said, does anyone have any questions or anything pertaining to their trading that you would like for me to go over before I just go through? Because basically what I'm gonna do tonight is just go through looking for some pairs to trade. I mean, that's the name of the game. But at the same time, I like to help you, make sure you understand exactly what's going on, the trade plan and things of that nature. So do we have any questions? All right, let's get it. We're gonna start from the top. And I know this thing I want to bring up, guys, for people that sleep on, people, I think people see the potential, but they don't believe it. And I just want to say this. I've been going on vacation like 5 days. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I've taken 2 trades since I've been back, and I made all my money back that I spent on vacation. Where they do that at? And I splurge. I splurge. Where they do that at? I mean, people sleep, man. They take this for granted, and they don't really understand what they have. But I've been gone for 5 days. I've been back a day and a half, and I pretty much made all the money back that I spent on vacation in a day and a half on 2 trades, basically. People they taking this Forex things for granted, man. People don't realize what it's about. Trust me, it's changing lives. And I just want to say that because I looked at my balance and I'm like, damn, I made all the money back that I spent. That's pretty good. Didn't think about it like that until I looked at it. But let's get into it, guys. AUD USD, go to here. I don't like, it's in a downtrend. When price is doing something like this, guys, you kind of have to, it's been in a downtrend, but you see this major pullback. This could be a reversal. And so you have to be hesitant about, to me, I would probably looking at for sales, but you probably have to make sure you have momentum on the 4-hour. I just want to go over that, like right here. So right here, the 4-hour, this is what it's doing. Consolidate, stay away from it. But if it was definitely doing, continuing to break higher highs out, just pretty consistent. But you see for 4-hour, I mean, not 4 hours, these are 4-hour candles, so about 20 hours, basically a day, price has been just consolidating. So it's kind of hard to figure out exactly what it's going to do. So those type of trades, I just kind of stay away. So like right now, something like this, if it breaks that high, wait for a retest, and then it could be a trend reversal. So, but right now, it's definitely no trade. Like I said, most of you guys have done trading with me, but the name of the game is look for obvious stuff. If you got to say, maybe, that ain't obvious. Just keep it moving. All right, so AUD USD is no trade. Odd NZD, I like that. It's been a nice uptrend, guys. You see it on the daily, had a big pullback. Now it's in a nice uptrend to go to the daily. I like this. I mean, down to the look to get in. I like this for a buy. It's already, you guys know the routine. Breaking retest already. Do I need to point this out for you? Broke. Right, I already retested there. Let's look at this. 16, you got about a 20 pip stop loss. You don't even have to have a lot of risk on that. So I like AUD NZD for a buy. We'll put that there. Keep an eye on that, but most likely we'll be going for, oh, you know what? Let me go over, I'm sorry, guys. I want to go over the 2 trades that I took for the signals. And just so everybody know, we got the free chat and we got a free chat and a paid group. I want everybody to understand, the reason we do the free part is, you want to show people that we know what we're doing. They're not going to get all the signals. No, the people in the free not going to get all the signals, but we're going to throw you a bone. We're going to throw you a couple. So when I said 2 signals, the paid group got 2 signals. You guys only got 1. So I want everybody to understand why we do that. You got to market, we want people to understand. We just don't want people to say, come over here and join us. I want you to sit back and see what we do. Just like on this training is open to everybody. We want you to understand these guys know what they're doing. If you want more, more training, more the university, you want all that, then you pay. If not, just stay in the paid, catch a couple new, free bones and be happy. It's all good. So I want everybody to understand the difference. The pay definitely will get everything, the one-on-ones, the whole full service. The free is just for people who just want to maybe get up here, ask a couple questions, and maybe catch a couple free signals. That's fine with me, right? So that's the name of the games. All right, but EJ with the first trade we took from as soon as I got home. This was a nice buy trade. Let me show you. We just I took this trade just before for just a trend. It was just a good trend trade. Go to the daily. You see right here, price went up. It was bouncing around, but then it came here and then started momentum changing. And what made me think it was going to keep going, you can draw. I hope you guys understand the trend lines. Drawing the trend lines and support resistance is the same thing. So you see price broke that. I was like, okay, momentum is headed up to the upside. Let me go to the 4 hour and see how I get in. And this is where I was looking for this. Got a retracement back. You guys know the routine. I think it's somewhere here. I'll take a look at it. Yeah, then we got in over here, but that was a nice, easy buy. Let me look at the original. Anybody make any money on that? Yeah, we got in over here at that broken retest. Anybody up here make any money on that EJ trade?
Absolutely.
All right, good job. The next trade was Swiss franc yen. That was this morning, I think. Yep. That was a nice, same thing, guys. This is a good, you guys said 60 something. This is why I said the first 2 trades of the week, me being back, I pretty much made all my money back. We'll look at that, the reason why I took this trade. Chef, go to the dailies, pretty much set up the same way as EJ, except it had a deeper pullback. And this is where, guys, sometimes you see how, even though it was deep, we would have been looking for sales, but we still got to wait for confirmation. But this went down here, then had a nice pullback here, but then, of course, the momentum changed and started going to where the upside. So that's why when it broke up in here somewhere, I was like, okay, this is about to go to the upside. I'm going to ride the momentum and keep going. And when it's a nice reversal, why? Just keeps breaking, right? Just keeps going up, higher highs, higher lows, get a nice trend. So we came this morning, and I think, I think I took the entry was right in here. Easy trade, guys, easy money. I think it was right here. Let's look at the original. Yeah. Yeah, it was right here. Nice. Man, it went through take profit 1, went up 60 some pips. Anybody make any money on that?
Yep.
Good job. Sound like one person making money.
So, Eric,
What's that?
I think, because I was looking at that initially, I think I was getting confused because I was looking at the touches, and I was looking at the, where it was, let's see here. You have, resistance turned into support. And I think that was throwing me because there was a bunch of touches in regards to support, and then it turned into resistance.
No, resistance.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but that's what you want. So I'm trying to understand what happened when you got confused, because this is.
I guess because of the touches, the plan as far as the 2 touches.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess what you're saying is, when you're looking at,
Hold on, go back. I'm trying to make sure I understand. What do you mean the
you know,
plan?
like when you have I thought in the trading plan when you were saying that when you're looking at resistance or looking at support, you're looking at those at least two rejections.
Yes. Oh, you talking about for here over here for the entry?
Yes.
But we talked about this, if I'm not mistaken, remember, this is an established zone because it's been four rejections, right?
All right.
Remember that? So then when it broke, it came back, it's already established over here.
Gotcha. Okay.
Makes sense? Now, if it was nothing here, just say, all that was gone and you just had two rejections, I'm with you. You'll trade on the third one. But here, just because it's been established as resistance on this side and it came back and bounced on the support, that's all I need.
Okay. All right.
Makes
okay.
sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
Now, if you didn't have this resistance here and price just came up and you had one rejection, we're waiting for another, which really you did, but we wouldn't, because you had a couple here, even though they didn't touch. They did fail to they did bounce off the support area. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, just as long as it's established, doesn't matter if it turns into support turning resistance or resistance turns support.
Looking at that zone.
Yeah, as long as it's been established already, this has been established as a price is reacting in this area. So when it breaks and come back and retest, you saw the reaction saying, okay, it's holding. Boom, take off.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Now there's nothing wrong, and I want to say that there's nothing wrong, if you want a double bottom, another rejection to take the entry, that's up to you. But I just want you to make sure you understand that if it's a break and retest, and let me make sure you understand, the break and retest means whatever is breaking has already been established. Make sense? There ain't no break and retest if the zone hasn't been established or confirmed.
Gotcha.
That make sense?
Yep.
All right. Good question. Anybody
Thank you,
else?
sir.
Ain't no problem. Good question. All right. So that was a nice trade there. So that was the second trade. So let's keep it going. See can we find somebody. Anybody have any questions? Feel free to stop. But right now we have AED and ZD for a nice continuation, maybe. All right, let's go to CAD daily. Don't see prices playing around, it's in a downtrend. Just messing around. It is a nice resistance. So if it comes back up, I'll definitely be selling. Center a nice zone. So if it comes back up and gives us a nice, but it's dropped, so it's too far away anyway. So I'm not even gonna look at it. But I will sell that if it comes back to the zone. So that's a nice resistance zone on the daily. And it's been in the downtrend. It just could be just a slight pullback. And the only reason I say this is pretty good compared, it's not a deep retracement, guys. I want you guys to understand. This is not a deep retracement. It's only basic, right here. What I was talking about the other ones when you get confused is when it's a little deeper, maybe 50%. And write this down. Maybe if it gets to 50% of the total for the downtrend, if it pulls back more than 50% or right at 50, you may want to just stay away from it till it makes us mind. But right now, like this one here was just a complex, they call it a complex pullback or whatever. It was a deep retracement, not a deep retracement, but it's also, you guys notice that it's formed a nice resistance zone. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. Price has failed to break that resistance zone. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. Put a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. Put a 1 in the chat if this makes sense. Somebody put an 11. All right, good. Didn't have too many people put anything in there. But AJ, same thing as Euro Yen, nice uptrend. Love, I mean, like I said, guys, look at this. I want you guys to go back, just understand this. It's been a nice pullback, but it broke, and now the momentum is going to the upside. So it's still in the uptrend. Go to the 4 hour. These are 4 hour candles. So you know when we go to the 1 hour, you're gonna see higher highs, higher lows, right? Now you just gotta figure out how to get in. That's the name of the game. Boom. Let's look at it. Nice, nice trend. Right? Easy. Easy money right there. Now you go to the 15-minute. You wanna draw your little trend line to help you, whatever. Or take it from the you can really pull your trend line all the way from the 4 hour. You know, however you want, you know, something like that. You can use that, go to 1 hour. Yep, everything's pretty much lining up. Perfect. And it's already forming a, you know, nice little thing here. I like AJ better. I think AJ gonna be the call tonight if it stays where it is. I like that buy. Pretty good moment. Look at that. Nice moment. This is what we want, guys. Take a look at that. Even though that's the 15-minute, let's go to the 1 hour. I mean, 1 hour. Look at this. This is what I mean, I want you guys to take a mental picture, write it down, or however you want to do it. When you go, and then I said this before. You go to the daily, it's up. You go to the 4 hour, it's up. You go to 1 hour, it's up. I can almost guarantee you, if you work on your entries, you're gonna win 7 to 8 out of 10 trades. The only way you lose those type of trades if you really don't understand your entries. And the ones that's paid, you should. If you don't, you should be scheduling one-on-ones. But I'm telling you,
more than 7.
Question.
I said more than 7.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
I said more than 7.
More than 7 what?
If you got stuff looking like this right here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. You talking about more than 7 out of 10?
Yeah, more than 7 out of 10.
Yeah. Those are easy trades. What happens is we get caught on trying to make trades work. Then all we got to do is follow the momentum on trades, and then work on our entries and understand how to enter the trade. You know, and then when you really look at it, you're like, okay, this was when was the 26th? Last Friday. You know, you look at it and you measure these pips, you're like, that's 300 some pips. How did I miss them? You know what I mean? Not saying you're gonna get 300. All we want, the lot sizes I'm trading, I just want 30 to 50 of them. I'm good. But you see, you guys start noticing how you start putting yourself in position to capitalize on these moves. That's really the name of the game. Riding the trend, capitalizing on the momentum. And a lot of this stuff that I'm saying, you need to be writing it down in your trade plan to help. Because one thing that I know, everybody think they can, you know, remember everything, you know, and that's the problem. So then when you sit down and you start looking at your charts and looking at potential trades, you start making mistakes because you're not consistent. You know, you got to have that trade plan. Every time you look and sitting down to look at charts, you need to have your trade plan in front of it until you know it like the back of your hand. Once you got it, like I know my trade plan back there, but like I told everybody that I do training with, I have it still sitting right below my monitor, handwritten, so it reminds me stay on point. Because it's easy to get caught, you know. I still every now and then, you know, I may take a trade like, you know, I didn't wait for that. I can rush it. You know, you still gonna make it. Ain't nothing perfect. But trust me, if I was perfect, I'd be a millionaire right now trading. There ain't nothing perfect. I'm not saying it. Just your trade plan will just keep you more consistent. That's all. And just try to, you know, that's if you don't take anything from me, just try to have your trade plan, your checklist with you when you sit down to start market charts. It'll help you big time. All right. I like this. I'm gonna take this back. All right, let's come back to that. I like AJ. I'm not gonna go through all these. Anybody have any questions? I'm gonna just pick a couple, but I like AJ. If you guys have any pairs, like something like this is ugly. There ain't no way. But you got people trading EA right now. I'm not trading you. I mean, it's just this is not momentum, you know what I mean? And this is where we talk about trends. Started out good, right? But created a high, failed to break that high. Now it's going this way. So you're gonna have 50%, you have people buying and people selling. Guess what we're doing? Staying away from it, saving our money. That's the difference between good traders and bad traders. EURUSD was a nice break and retest last night. If you missed it, or the night before, see that? Nice downtrend. Look at that, perfect. Boom, came up, gave you the couple rejection, then rejected. Boom, go down, you really see how far it dropped. So you could have got in some more here, wrote it down. Those are the trades you want, easy trades. Nice trade. The reason why that's a break and retest, this is what I was talking about. I think Vince was asking me about the break. This is on the daily, of course, but this is the same thing from the 4 hour and the 1 hour. We don't, so right here, you turn it rejected, turn it into what? Support. So you really didn't need but one rejection here. Even though you got two, that's made it even better. That confirmed your sell that it was rejected. But even if you would have just got one here, you had three over here. This zone all the way across is confirmed after these three over here. Now, when I say that, it's only been broken once. Let me make sure because what happens is I'm not saying zones that break 1, 2, 3, and we still trying to make it a confirmed zone. No, you notice the zones that I'm talking about is usually only broke once, and then it comes back to retest. The more it's broken, the less is confirmed it is. You need to stay away from it. Are you trading on the daily? I take trades. I do top down. I get my direction off the daily, and then I go all the way down and I enter on the 15-minute. I think that was your question, but I do not take trades on the daily, if that makes sense. Did I answer your question? Anybody else have any questions? So I look at this wrong, and I thought I was a buy. So why would you think that was a buy? I don't know if you could talk. You text. Why would you think that's a buy?
Well, I'm sorry. Can you hear me, Eric?
Yeah, go ahead.
So it started on a buy trend back on the 20. Go back a few days right there on the 15th. So I assumed it was going up. So that's the mistake I make a lot by thinking there's enough days of history to say, oh, okay, that's a bullish trend. And obviously I'm wrong.
I'm gonna help you right now. This will keep you out. You see this entire line just coming down, this right here. All right. I'm gonna use don't start buying until it's break at least 50% of what came down. Make sense?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Oh, okay.
So basically what I'm trying to just use this. If this went down 100 pips, this has to retrace past 50 pips. I mean 50 pips for you to think about buying. That'll help you stay out of it. Because you should, to me, it's still in the downtrend. And this is what I was just talking about. This, you can, again, all right, let's say this. And I said this before. You could do this, and I said it, and you could try to catch an early reversal. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you understand it's a counter trend. It's not a uptrend. And I think that's where you're going. Is this right here? Is this, when you go to this chart, what do you see? Is this a downtrend or uptrend?
It's a downtrend.
Thank you. That's it. So you shouldn't buy it. Make sense?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
if you start, there's nothing wrong. If you start looking to maybe say, okay, this may be a reversal, and you try to catch it early, just realize going with the trend, 7, 8 out of 10. Going against the trend, your percentages just drop. 6, 7. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
That is the way you need to look at it. There's nothing wrong with looking at what you're doing. I just think you got to get better. Just stick with going with the trend until you get better identifying how the market moves, and just understand if it starts going up and is having broken like 50%, just know it's a counter trend. It's a counter trend. If it hadn't retraced more than 50% of this first move, this move here, it's still a downtrend. And just use that as a rule.
Okay.
And that'll keep you out. You're like, okay, this still haven't retraced 50% of this initial move down. You know what? I'm gonna stay away from it because it'll be a counter trend. Now, when you get better identifying zones, yes, you will be able to catch a couple of these early reversals. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Nothing wrong with it. You just got to get better identifying how to get in it and understand, okay, I'm taking a high risk trade because I am going against the trend. Does that make sense, Dave?
Yes.
Yeah.
Eric, that's a good rule of thumb. Thank you on that one.
No problem.
Because I think I do the same thing. Sometimes I get confused.
Yeah, just this is the thing. When you go to a pair and just look at, like I said, if you go to the day like EA, if I go to EA and I go to the daily and it's right here in front of me, everything is what? It's down. I'm not buying anything. Whatever's on my screen, this is down. I'm sorry I can't buy. Let's go to EU. This is down. I'm not buying anything. Let's go to EC. This is down. I'm not buying anything. EN. Now this is a good one. Why? Because this is
Trace more than 50%.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Okay.
So the momentum is changing. Now, hold up. Now, this is what Abe was talking about. When you get better at this, you may be able to catch this reversal at the bottom. Like Abe might have been trying to catch it here, correct?
Yes,
There's
sir.
nothing wrong with that. It just, as long as you understand that it is a counter trend. So you could have got in there and caught that move, but it's a more risky trade. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
But right now, until you get better, I would just stick with everything going to trade.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
All right. Good question. Anybody else? Yeah, keep it simple. I'm telling you, my trades are I try to keep it as simple as possible. Right here, NZD CAD, I'm not doing anything but sell it. NZD USD, I'm not doing anything but sell it. NZD JPY, deep retracement, but now the momentum has changed because it's overall it went 50%, but it turned around. And these are the trades that I'm talking about. See, because we would be like, okay, let's try to sell, then it turns back around. So it's tricky when you start trying to catch the reversal sometimes. But the thing is, if you take it and you lose, just realize it's a complex type of trade. That's all I'm trying to say. The easy trade, if you want to just say, I want to have higher probability trades, just stick with the trend. Easy trend. Trend up, buy. Trend down, sell. Stick with those. And that's where discipline comes in, because sometimes I do that. I may try to catch a early reversal, but the thing is, if I lose, I know I was trying to catch it early, and I understand that. So I'm not really mad because I was just trying to catch it early. So anybody have any other pairs that want me to take a look at, or just look? What trades did I was on? AJ, that's the. Let's see what he's doing. AJ, AA. I like AJ. I'll probably end up doing some AJ later. Let me look at pound pairs. Let me look at pound pairs. Anybody have any questions? Like right here, ugly, no trade. Are you guys with me on this? When you go to the daily, I make my decision just looking at it. This is ugly. Downtrend going solid. Pound yen. What you guys think? Somebody say so.
Buy it.
Huh?
Nope,
Nope. There you go.
it's too wacky.
There you go. That right there it's been consolidated, but it's gradually going down. So I'm selling. It's obvious. It's been kind of like a ranging down trend, but it is going down. All right, pound USD. You selling if you can find a good entry, but right now, just looking at it, I couldn't even find an entry for that because I don't see it. Just me and you guys will probably see it, but there's no. The only zone I see is here, and I already know it's moved. So if I go to the 15-minute, I need price to come all the way back up here for me to sell it. So that's why when you guys see me look at something, I say no right out the gate because I can see my zone. I've been doing this for a minute. So I can just flip it to daily and be like, like right here, this is already gone. It's at support, but we should have been, if we were looking at this, we should have caught it here with a sell. Everything's going down, nice resistance in there. If you go to 4 hour, you see more detail of the rejections. Boom. 1, 2, 3, really say 4, 5, 6. Look at that. And then this is where it changed the game, guys. When you see these rejections and you're like, man, I could have caught that. Those are easy trades. That move right there is 200 some pips. Not saying you're gonna get 200, but you start noticing easy trades that you could take. If you start
Hey, Eric, couldn't you draw like a trend line going up the bottom?
For
like if you went from the bottom of that W straight on up and waited for it to break and took that sell?
Yeah, you can do that. Some people do that for just their entry. That's a kind of way of entering trades, guys. There's nothing wrong with that. I used to do that a long time ago, but basically going to the 1 hour, waiting for it to break the trend line, and then you could take it right here. I just like when you do that, it takes me out of my comfort zone sometimes far as my stop loss. You know what I'm saying? So if I wait for this to break, you know what I'm saying? I'm already away from my structure, my resistance. Make sense?
Yeah.
So you have to understand, I just like taking it at the top. I like my rejections at the top and taking it at the very top at as close to my support resistance trend lines as possible. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, like I said, guys, let me just make sure everybody, I don't want to feel like I'm forcing the way I trade. My job is to give you the foundation. Once you get the foundation, then you may say, you know what, I feel comfortable waiting for the trend line to break for me to enter. There's nothing wrong with that. Make sense? Because you understand, the difference is like, again, once you understand this, everybody's looking at the same thing if you're a good trader, right? I'm looking at a sale, Patrick looking for a sale, Vince looking for a sale. That I may be looking for a double top to get in. Vince may be looking for a bearish candle. And Rudy, you might be looking for a break of trend line to get it. Make sense? Everybody's gonna have a little, then I even have Leslie. She likes to use the MACD to get in. But guess what? Everybody's looking for what? Same sale. Everybody's gonna have their own little twist to it. And there's nothing wrong with it. I know a lot of people that wait for the break of trend line and internet sales. All right. But yeah, there's nothing wrong with the breaking the trend line.
Okay.
Anybody else have any questions before we end this? Let me look at gold. I know you guys like gold. Look at the daily. Gold, don't like anything about gold. I never like gold. I like US oil. I would kill US oil. Oh. Something like that. Let's look at the 4 hour. It's coming right back into what? Little breaking retest. Right in there. That might be a nice one. You guys see that? And you don't have to, it's like I said, it's a zone. You know, it don't have to be perfect. You know, I could widen this. Hold on. I could widen this up. So now all I need is price to do what? Give me a rejection here. And then I know this zone is holding for a buy. That's it. That's all.
Eric.
Go ahead. Question.
So, okay, so are you waiting for it to hit that zone? Would that be the first time it hit on the support?
No, but this is the key. All I need, because good question, it's this zone is already established. So if this comes down, let's go to the 15 minute. So if this comes down and it's already showing some rejection, and just say I get an engulfing bullish candle, I can pull the trigger now. Why? I feel good because the zone have been established over here. Make sense? Price has reacted at that area, even right there. That's a rejection. Even though it's not perfect, like on top of it. But you see what I'm saying? I only need to show me some type of rejection to confirm that what I already see over here. Does that make sense?
So if it rejects where you are now, would you would then take
Pull
the
the
sell
trigger
at that rejection? I mean, I'm sorry, the buy.
Yeah. Now, if this was just by itself, no. Makes sense, because that support hasn't been established.
Right.
Yeah, you just have to, again, this support over here, resistance. That means somewhere, and you got to look at it like this, Vince, there's a zone. So price is respecting this area for some reason. So I'm looking at, okay, respected over here to confirm resistance. It broke, came back, rejected here. Now it's coming back over here. So I'm looking for it to do what? Reject, because this zone has been established. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah. And that's what you call, that's a real break and retest. Again, it's only been broken once. And it's just been bouncing. Turns over this side was resistance. Over here has been support. And if this gives me, if I go to the 15 minute and I get an engulfing candle or a big bullish candle or something to make me feel good that this is holding, I'll pull the trigger. I'm not even gonna think twice about it. But if it was just, hold on. Let me use this. Hold on. Let's see what I use. Trying to find everything's flowing. Let me find something else. Yeah, I can't even find it. Everything's in zones right now, which is good. All right, we'll just use this. Okay, this is on the 4 hour. It broke the trend line here. And let's go to the 1 hour. Price is down. We just said this. Price is down here by itself. Do you see any established zone in this area? This is above it, below it. Price is down here at the bottom, but this shit was down there. Does this make sense? Do you see a clear zone that you could use? Obvious though. Make sense? Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? There's no, because right now, let's say, if I pull this, price has been all through that. Make sense?
Makes sense.
That's you want a clear, what was that parallel? Oh, US oil. Let me go back to it. Think about it. I want you guys to take a mental note. Now, let me go back over here. This is a zone. Let's use this right here. A little wider than I want it to be. But I'm gonna draw it up. Rejected, 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 broke, rejected. Now I'm looking for the what? Reject here. See the difference? But if price was all up here, all down here, all up here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit there, that's not a good zone. See, price is all over. It's like you guys got to think of zones like a wall, you know, like a ceiling. Like most time I used to teach back in the day, if I throw a ball at the ceiling, what is it going to do? Come back down too. If I throw a ball at the floor, it's going to come back up too. So you got to look at it that way. What's a common area? And this is where you guys, a lot of you guys need to go look at what I call it. It's not connect the dot, but rejections, identifying rejections. Because if you can, I used to do this, teach people. If you can, hold on, let's do this. It's like, well, how can you identify a zone? Okay, like this. And this is a video in there. All right, price went here, stop. Price went there, stop. Price went there, stop. Price went there, stop. Can you connect the dots? That's a zone. Makes sense? It's a common area where price was respected, where resistance was respected. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, what about this? I'm gonna give you one, okay? Price went here, stop. Price is right there, stop. Price was up there, stop. Price is right there, stop. Price stop there, price stop there. What the hell? Well, I mean, excuse my language. What I got?
So this is almost like a no-fly zone then.
Yep,
Have
yep.
something-
But this makes sense. There ain't no zone. There's nothing in here. You see what I'm saying? But you want a common, I want you guys to think of it. A resistance support trend line is a common area where price actually went in that area and turned around. That's how you gotta look at it. This right here, there's no way. You see price rejected, stop here, but then it ended up breaking, stop there, then it ended up breaking, stop, came back through it, stop there, stop, broke it again, stop. There ain't no zone there. Make sense?
Yes.
Yep.
So is that why it's better to draw the zones on a 4-hour because you have is stronger?
Yep, yep. And they're more defined on the higher time frame. So when you go to the 15-minute, you know, we just looking for entries. Price could be all over. Usually they respect, usually the zones you can identify, the higher the time frame, the better the trends, I guess. Again, you guys heard me say this. Which is stronger, a 15-minute or an hour trend or a 24-hour trend?
24-hour.
A 24-hour trend or a 10-day trend? Make sense?
Yes.
This is why we go to the higher time frame, because the more time is put in that trend, the higher probability that it's going to keep consistent, you're going to stay consistent with. Most people trade on 15 minutes to an hour, prices all over the place. This is why I go to the higher time frame and make my decisions. Yep, danger zone. And then you guys could go to, and how it help you, we'll just pick cash switch first. You can go to the daily and you can just pick out zones and you just got to train your eye, guys. I mean, I can go through pairs all day and I watch this. I'm gonna connect it up. Now think about this. This is the daily. So that means, and I know you guys will see that every time. So right here rejected, right here rejected. So we would now this is the plain zones you're talking about, Vince, where it's just straight across and we waiting for the first two to confirm. Make sense? All right. So now we wouldn't have took about here, but we could have bought there. Could have bought here. Let me get this. Bought. Is this making sense? This is what changed the game. When I can go on the daily and see these patterns all day long. All day long. And then I'm gonna give you one, and I'm just sitting here. I see a break and retest in front of us. Anybody see it? On the daily. Now, this is just, and this is where you guys have to, in your downtime, get on the charts, man. When I fell in love with the charts, my bank account went up. Anybody see a break and retest, right? Let me clear this up. Anybody see a break and retest? And I just want to let you guys know how the more you stay on the chart, you're gonna train your eye, and it's all about money.
Yeah,
So when
I
you
see.
see it, you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get ready to make a kill. Anybody see a break and retest on the screen?
I see it.
What you see? You see price
So all
breaking what? Huh?
breaking all those highs.
And turn it, so broke resistance and turn it into what?
Support.
There you go. Let's do it. Let's watch it.
Yeah,
Reject, 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 reject it, reject it, reject it. Come here, reject it. Came here, reject it. Now let's connect the dots. Bam.
yeah.
And you guys wonder why I'm the man. To
Even
be
though
the man, you got to beat the man.
So
Who's
Eric,
gonna beat the man?
so how would you have, I mean, this started back in March. How would you have traded this? How would you have traded this?
Oh, that's the whole thing. I would not have traded this. I was just trying to show you identify how to identify. I mean, just looking at how to identify zone. I wouldn't have traded this. I don't look that far back. This is what I do, honestly. I just did that because I was. This is why I was showing you this. In your downtime, go to the daily and try to find zones. Try to identify support. Try to identify trend lines on the daily. Make sense? So that's all I was doing. So when I came over here, I scrolled out just to show you guys a nice support zone, you know, like here, you know, like see the rejections, because that's going to help you when you see what I'm saying? That's all I was doing. Just showing you how to identify zone. This is real life, right? When I come over, let's change and come back. That's cash Swiss franc. This is it. All right, let's go back to cash Swiss franc. This is what this is what it is. Who answered that question about how would I trade? When I go to a pair, I pretty much use what pops up on the screen. I don't scroll out. I don't do it. So when I go back to cash Swiss franc, that's it. You see that? That's all I'm looking at. I don't do all that. I was just doing that to show you guys how to practice identify zone. But what pops up on my screen is what I'm trading. I don't do all that. I don't go back in time. Time is what I'm trying to make money now, and it's real time right here. Make sense? That's just me. I think when you start doing this, you let a lot of things get in your way. So I was just doing that just to show you guys how to practice identifying zones, just going back in time. And this is all I used to do, man. I'm gonna tell you guys, I used to go back like this and just go back and be like, okay, that would have been a what? Nice what? Somebody talk to me.
Yeah.
See that? That's all I used to do, man. I'm telling you. On Saturday, Sunday, when the market closed, I used to go back, pull pairs, and just try to find good zones that I could have looked. And they do it all, and this is just one pair. How many I'm gonna show you guys? Look. Huh? And you guys know, after the first two confirmed, money. You can pick any pair and do this. And you can find how price react in certain areas. Is this making sense?
Yes.
And that's what I mean. That's the only reason I was showing you guys that. I don't trade, you know, whatever pops up on my screen at that time is what I'm trading. So let me go back to my. So right here. So if I go to AUSD, I'm looking at this. If I go back to AJ, I'm looking at what's in front of me. That's it. I don't do all that. All right. Let's look at AJ. Any other questions, guys?
No, sir.
Eric,
Yeah, go ahead.
hey, so you don't use any kind of fundamentals or look at news or anything? You just use it.
That's too. I'm not that smart.
Okay, so you just let the news move it wherever it's gonna move it anyway.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna give you what's your name? You obviously knew.
Scott.
Who's this?
Scott,
Scott. All right. This is basically the reason why, and just let you know, I've been doing this 6 years. And when I first came on, started learning, I had the indicators. I had Forex Factory. I had all. And I'm all about numbers. I keep up with everything. And I recommend all you guys to make sure you journal, keep up with everything. And what happened was, it was like when I'm trading, it was like say I was trading UJ. And it's like, okay, you got US News red folder coming at 1 o'clock. Get out. You got CAD news coming up here. You got Asian news coming up here. And what I found is it was like 50-50 one way or the other. Sometimes I got out. I would have won. Sometimes I got out. And I'm gonna be honest, news doesn't affect the trades as much as you think. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. Trust me, if news affected my money, I would have Forex Factory open every day. But there's times the news come out and it takes me to the promised land. But there's been but it's like very far in between that, I'm gonna lose 2 or 3 trades a week on news. Never. I might lose, man, I'm gonna be honest, I may lose just thinking about it. I may lose a trade once every couple of weeks that I can recall that maybe was news, and same thing win. That the news doesn't affect it. The only thing it affects is the trade like you do gold. You notice I don't trade a lot of gold. I don't trade a lot of indices just because of that. Because I'm strictly technical, straight up technical trading. And I'm all about trends. And so my thing is this, I may start dabbling over there a little bit, messing around, but I make so much money on these regular pairs, it doesn't make sense. So why would I chase all that extra? Everybody want to trade indices. Everybody want to trade gold. I guarantee you, I let all them go do that. And at the end of the day, I'm gonna make just as much money as because they're gonna take some big losses and they may luck up and win. But after say a quarter or 6 months, I guarantee you I made probably double what they made. I can almost guarantee. Because when you lose, you're gonna lose over there. Here, I'm consistent. That's the name of the game, guys. Being consistent. I know what these pairs, I know what AJ will do, UJ. Pounds. I know what they're doing. I don't need to chase all that. I said I need to start trading it more. I do need that, because I think, I have this done markups and stuff like that. But I'm not all about chasing. Like I see so many new traders come in and all they're doing is chasing gold and indices because, yeah, you can make, one trade $1,000 or $2,000. But then the next one you lost 2,000 or 3,000. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't, I hope that makes sense to you.
but yeah, and you can do the same thing with just regular pairs with a bigger lot size though.
There you go. Yep. Yep. Any other
Right.
questions?
So it also doesn't matter. You don't worry about the trading sessions. You can, if you're trading on higher time frames anyways, it doesn't really matter when you trade.
Thank you. There you go. I'm put like this. I was with another group and it's funny you say that because I tell you this, what happened. I was with another group and most of the time I'm not standing, just let you know, I try to make trading very simple. I haven't been up for London session and I don't know when because I'm not getting up in London. I don't stay up late. If I happen to be up late and watching TV or something, I may check my charts then. But usually I'm, 7:30, 8 o'clock, I check my, look at setups and like this time, 7, 8, because when we finish here, I'm going to go watch Tom Brady and all those guys play golf. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting in my charts. I take my trades and that's it. But getting back to what you were saying, the question, I was with I had my own team or group or whatever, and then some other guys had some groups. And they was good traders too, but they was getting up for London and someone called it. They was like, most of the trades that we take are at Asian 8 or 9 o'clock. But these guys are getting at London and taking the same trade that we already in 4 or 5 hours. Make sense? Because like what you just said, the trend at 8 o'clock Asian is a trend at 3 o'clock London. Make sense? You
Yeah.
said a mouthful. This is why I don't get up for London. I don't know why they got people sold on that. I'm not getting up for London. If I do it, it will be for fun. Because I don't need to. Because you guys, anybody who's been on my signals, you know, I'm not getting up at London. You don't see me putting out signals at 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And this month, I killed. I think the last 3 months, we've been keeping up with all our signals right here. The last 3 months, right in here. Everything that I post in here, we got the free group and this the paid group. And I think I'm over since March. The last 3 months, I think I'm over or right at 4,000 pips. And every trade is put in here. I can't fudge this. Numbers, you know, people lie, numbers don't. I'm over 4,000, and I never had Forex Factor on my screen. I never got up for London session. I called my trades here. I got out of the car yesterday, walked in the house, put my bags down, came upstairs because I wanted to give you guys a signal, and we went what? 2-0 out of the gate. I didn't look at Forex Factory. I didn't look at you. Is this making sense, you guys? Keep it simple. And I'm not bragging. Somebody taught me that too. You know, somebody showed me like it doesn't take all that stuff. You know, the keep the noise down. If that makes sense. Keep it simple because I mean, trading you got to be disciplined and patient, and that's hard enough. But then when you got to worry about getting up at night, you know, in the morning, and if you working a full-time job or worried about the news, okay, I'm not going to trade today. That's just like the myth about, oh, you can't make any money on Sunday. You can't make any money on Friday. Oh, you should only trade Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's all lie. I mean,
Hey, Eric.
I can make just as much money on Sunday as I can on a Friday. The only thing on Friday, usually I'm out of the market by 1 because I don't like holding trades over the weekend. That's just my thing. I don't like holding trades over the weekend. So usually if I take a trade Friday morning, I'm usually done anyway by 12. I don't care if I'm up or losing. I'm usually closing that trade by 1 or 2 o'clock on Friday. Period.
Hey, Eric, how you doing?
Hey, what's up? Who's this?
It's Van, man.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, I was laughing and thinking about what you were saying. I think I remember being in a group with you when I think we was in a buy and we was already buying it. And they had got up in the London session to try to buy it, but we was already in the trade.
Yeah, they was like, y'all, we're in the trade 2 to 3 hours. And usually we don't hit, I take profit out of the trade when they're just getting in the trade, you know? So you're right. I mean, when you really look at it, you know, I'm not anything special. I just, like I said, I just try to keep it simple, guys. If you don't get anything from me, it's going to be very simple trading. But most people, and it's sad, because when I teach people, it's like, it can't be this simple. I'll never forget Patrick. Patrick, I was teaching Patrick. Patrick, I did a one-on-one. Patrick said, you gonna show me everything? I said, yeah. You sure? I said, yeah. What else you got to show me? I said, I showed you everything. No. This is it. So Patrick.
Yeah.
Is this it or not? And Patrick's killing it, by the way, guys. He killing, he got an FTMO. Patrick, is this everything?
That's everything. Everything.
This is it. This is it. He swore out there was something that I couldn't be calling trades and trading the way I was. I had something that I wasn't telling everybody. No, this is it. They never lied when they said the trend is your friend. I didn't get it at the beginning, when I first started, but I get it now. The trend is your best friend. And I'm looking at this trade here. If I can get, I might get a decent pullback on this. But if it comes down a little further, or if it takes off from here, because it formed a little support here, but I prefer to get it down here. How far is that? And it's just me being picky, guys. I like, because you can make the same money. I can still get my 30 pips stop loss here, but I prefer to get a better entry. If I can get it down here and get a rejection, I will be putting this in for a signal. So just let you guys know. And then let me look at A, and that was the other one. Anybody have any other questions? Good training tonight, guys. Y'all have some good questions, man. Because a lot of times, guys, I tell Kurt and everybody, this is for you guys. Remember, I know how to trade. This is for you guys. For you guys to try to, pick my brain. Maybe I said something. I'm not the best teacher. I ain't gonna say I am. You guys may, I may say something last week or a little different this week that, that changes everything. Just like with Vince. I mean, I may have been showing him a different way that tonight it may caught his eye like, okay, I get it now. I'm not gonna say I'm the best teacher. I know I'm not the best teacher, but I try to give you the best information I can, Any other questions?
It's a good job, Erik B.
Thank you. Who's that?
I had to step.
Who's that?
I was just saying you did. I was just saying, yeah, I'm just getting back, but I was listening to
Okay.
listen to the
Yeah,
last
we're
one.
gonna get off, guys. I'm gonna try to, like I said, I'm gonna keep on AJ. Let me go through my red pound for the pound on drop, so we can't do that. Let's look at USD 6. Uh-oh. Had that. See, I had this mark there. You see how it is? It retraced more than 50 and formed a resistance here. And you guys see it. The reason I like it, this is a little support here, turned into resistance. I already been here, what's that? 12 hours. So if I can get, I like that for a sale. If we can get a nice little push down, because we don't have to have, let me look at this. Hold on. Yeah, I like USD Swiss franc for a sale. So we got a couple on, I'm gonna wait it out. And this is also too, guys, when I'm waiting for trades, I don't sit here. What I do is I write it down. It's on my red folder. And I'm still old school. So right now I'm writing it down so I don't forget. I have it in front of my computer and I have it on my red flag. So I got AJ and AUD, NZD. So those are the two that I look at. I'm gonna go downstairs, have me a stiff drink, and come back in probably 30 minutes, an hour. And just, if they're doing what I want them to do, I may send out the signal or take the trade. If they're not, there's no trade. That's the name of the game. And then if they'll trade, do the same thing tomorrow. Any other questions? Yeah, I like this one here better. Yeah. All right, guys. Kurt, you have anything?
No, sir, don't have nothing.
All right, guys. Hey, I appreciate you guys getting on. I decided to do this because I didn't do a Outlook on Sunday. I will be doing Outlook this Sunday. So, and hopefully you guys are taking advantage of the signals. And the other guys, if you guys need some help, I'm here. So I'm back. So if you guys need one-on-ones, just hit me up.
It's recording to be on the website by tomorrow.
All right. And you guys have a great evening. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Erik.
Appreciate you, Erik.
No problem. You guys have a good one.
Thank
You
you.
too.
And update that and update that Google.
Whatever, man.